Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and the
Brian did another video. Surprise, surprise.
videos and the Drama Saga Season 3.
Drama. That's what you want because it makes you money, dude. You're just like Patrick and Eric.
Today, being Church Saturday. Anyway, got a question. So far, I made about 7 videos, or 8 maybe, talking about how these 2 individuals came in and started recording and filming the Whitakers.
Meanwhile, now you're doing the same thing. And you're apparently in cahoots with Patrick because how else would you get his ring cam footage of Eric on the phone with APS?
And they made a bunch of money. There was a lot of donations. Now there's a state investigation. And it's been crickets, except for a couple little videos here and there. And then there's a lot of...
Yeah, I would say Eric has taken his attorney, if he has one's advice. Patrick, on the other hand, said he doesn't have an attorney.
creators out here that's stealing content from me and reposting it on their page and getting paid for it. And
Stealing content from you, or using it under fair use with compensation, or whatever it's called.
you guys are coming at me sideways saying that I'm doing all this exploitation. And then I go film them. BJ's on the porch. Oh, can't believe you're such a bad guy for showing BJ on the porch. I wasn't trying to put BJ front and center. I was just showing the family. They were there. They wanted to make a message. Put it to the world. Hey guys, we want our family back. We're not just
We're the buddy.
forgetting about them and leaving them alone. That's basically what they wanted to say. Although it didn't really exactly happen that way. And then I took them some groceries, got them some firewood, and
Did you actually get the groceries, get the firewood, all that? Or did you just deliver it? Who donated for this stuff? Did anyone send you money to purchase this stuff? Are you going to end up in the investigation? Makes one wonder.
now you guys are saying that I'm wrong for showing footage of Eric trying to bust up the family.
You are wrong because Eric had admitted to all that stuff, but you shouldn't have posted the videos. And I will not show them videos on my channel. I will not.
And him getting someone to come vouch for him that he wasn't trying to bust up the family when he was trying to bust up the family, clearly. Here we are. Here's your update. This is your Saturday full update. You ready for this? As of right now, BJ being on that property is changing absolutely nothing as far as them coming home. As of right now, that house being clean or dirty is changing absolutely nothing. Okay.
Exactly. Exactly, idiot. How many people donated their time and energy thinking that the 3 were coming home if the house was clean? Oh.
Coming home. As of right now, whatever video footage that I load is changing nothing of them coming home. What has to happen at this point right now is they need a civil litigation attorney.
And do not send money for this. They get money each month. They can pay for their own attorney. They can be appointed a state-appointed attorney through legal aid.
That attorney needs to work with Patrick and Eric's attorney. They need to iron out the money. They need to decide who breached the contract, because I personally think that Eric breached the contract whenever he said, I'm not building you a house, and I'm walking
Contract? Was the contract even legal?
off, and I'm taking the money, and I'm going back to Georgia, and you guys can figure it out, because BJ's in her camper after we did everything we could to get BJ out of her camper. So that sounds to me like that was the breach of the contract. But you...
And by the way, Patrick does not have an attorney. He admitted that.
said they breached the contract by allowing me to come down there and film them, putting a message out to the world as to where they're at right now. Basically, you're saying that, they competed with a creator. Well, when you're not creating with them, how are they competing with a creator? When you walk off the porch and tell them you're taking the money that you've raised so far to build them a home, and you're leaving because they didn't facilitate some court things to make sure that BJ wasn't on the property, I'm like, where did the contract really get breached?
I don't think this is a good idea, especially there's a state investigation ongoing. The 3 have been removed from the home. Apparently it's because of the home, why they were removed. I just don't know.
After expenses and after
Part two.
costs incurred, we're going to disperse the money, but we haven't saw a receipt yet as to how much money there is. Who knows? We've heard 200,000, 300,000, 80,000, 90,000, 150,000. Shows
Exactly. No receipts from Eric or Patrick.
some receipts. You're expecting Betty and Larry to not have an attorney and to not have enough sense to involve people professionally to call you on your bullshit. But they're going to do that. They're going to make sure that they call you on your bullshit. They're going to say, hey, I'm not cashing this check. You know why? Because I don't know if this is exactly what's owed to me or not. They're not going to do it like that.
So were they given checks? Why would you mention checks? You've been in contact with them. Are they also in it just for the money? Sure, starting to seem like it to me.
They're going to say, we want to see that you made a total, since you came into the scene from day one, when you and Patrick started hanging out the very first day, they're going to say, what's the total income right now? It's this number. Okay, cool. 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. However you guys bust that down. Then you got to think about this. All those times that you said you reimbursed yourself for taking them to bowling, taking them to dinner, taking them on trips, doing this and doing that, like the other guy said in the video, how come they have to pay out of their pocket for your content creation?
What? The same can be said about Patrick, dude. Wasn't he doing the same stuff? He took Timmy to get boots and clothes and stuff, and he was getting himself stuff too. Like, really, dude?
Creators should pay for their own content, and then whenever they make the money, it's not always about reimbursement, right? Whenever they make the money, they make a little bit smaller percentage. They're just sitting there. They're the talent, right? They're the star of the show.
Meanwhile, this dude is making money off the Whitakers.
But you're charging the star of the show, and you're saying the star of the show breached the contract by them having a voice and putting their message out to the world when you walked away. So when you walk away and there's no more camera on the porch, I think that's the breach of contract. You guys let me know what you think. I'm sure you will. I'm sure the 500 of you guys that always comment the same thing in every one of my videos will come in here and
He wants y'all to interact because he gets paid for the interactions, y'all. Think about it. Every comment y'all make, every like, dislike, whatever it is on his video, he's getting paid.
say, you're wrong, you're absolutely wrong. Guess what? I don't care. I really don't care. Because that comment, it doesn't hurt me. You make your comment, sometimes I read it, sometimes I don't. But here's the thing. If you really use your brain, what's left of it after we've been clouded for the last 20 years in this country, if you really use your brain, it sounds to me like we need to start over. And we need a fresh, clean slate. And we need to let the Whitakers start telling us what they want to do.
We're not giving money, dude. You can forget about that.
I've not one time told them what they have to do or what they need to do, like this lady in North Carolina or this guy from Minnesota or this guy from Georgia. Not one time have I ever told them you have to or need to or should do or blah, blah, blah. I said, I always ask them, what do you want? What do you want, Betty?
You know what they want? They want money. They've gotten used to people giving. They want money. That's what they want. They are not getting money any longer, dude.
What do you want, Larry? And you know what they say?
In my opinion.
They say they want what's owed to them for the content that they've allowed you to create. They want a vehicle to drive. They want a clean home to sleep. Vehicle to drive. They want a clean home to sleep in. New, updated, clean home.
Vehicle? Didn't Mark help him get a vehicle? They want a home. In my opinion, you work for what you get. It's not just given to you.
They want some groceries, and they want their family back.
Groceries, you also have to work for. You don't just give it given to you, or have it given to you.
They want their family back together because they miss them. Because before any of this started, before any creator shoved a phone or a camera in their face, they had their family. And that's what's most important.
I'm sure they do miss them, but do y'all honestly think that the 3 that were removed were doing very good in that situation? In my opinion, I don't. No, not at all.
Now, I will tell you this, just so you guys know, a lot of you say, leave them alone, stop shoving a camera in their face, blah, blah, blah. But ever since Mark went down there, they're totally okay with it. They invited me. and they said, we want you to make a video for us. We want
Yeah, because they want the money.
you to put it out there for us. Now, if someone asks you to do something for them or to them or with them, and the whole world says, you shouldn't shove a camera in their face, you should leave them alone. I can't do that. Because guess what? If we leave them alone, then they're not going to get any help.
They're not going to get your money, is what he's saying. Look at all the money that Mark took in for them, the GoFundMes and stuff. Where are they at now? They still don't have a home. Wasn't one of those GoFundMes for a home?
Messages are not going to get out to the world. If we're not making videos like this and talking about what's going on, nobody's going to know. It'll be dark, quiet, silent, and they'll fizzle out in social media land, and nobody will ever know. And people...
Maybe it does need to fizzle out. They're not getting them more money, dude. You can try and try and try, but people's done.
will wonder, what's going on with the Whitakers? Well, what do you do at that point? You got somebody you can call and say, how's the Whitakers doing? No. You're waiting for content. You're waiting for this content because you're waiting for one of us to update you guys on what's going on. And I've tried to do that, and you guys have kicked me down over it. You've busted me down, you've kicked me down, and you said, leave them alone. Why are you down there? Who are you? Where did you come from?
Enough is enough, guys. Enough is enough. Do not send these people your money. Don't do it. Your money's being sent to them. They're not going to get a new home. They're not going to get what's promised. It's just empty promises at this point. And then if you're giving them money and then they're just handing the money over to Betty or Larry, then that money's going to BJ.
We want the family back together again, but there's things that have to happen first before that can happen. And with your all's help and with positivity, I think that can happen. I think it can happen to a degree. And that degree that I think that can happen is I think that Timmy and Lorraine can come back home to a new home that passes all these qualifications.
Timmy and Lorraine. What about Ray? Are you forgetting about Ray? You mentioned Timmy because guess what? Timmy brings the views, right? It's time that y'all stop using Timmy, Lorraine, and Ray.
And criteria. I think that if Betty has some help and someone steps up in the family and takes the classes that's supposed to be taken and goes through all the checks and balances, I really believe that they can come home. And then if there's a home health care worker that can come help take care of Ray and Lorraine and maybe even a little bit of Betty because they're all getting older, right? None of them's getting any younger. I think that there's a possibility that we can watch on a video one day within the next 4 or 5 months, realistically, that the family's all back in one room.
There are programs in West Virginia where Medicaid, Medicare will pay for these home health care aides.
At the same time, and back together again. But ultimately, where we're at right now is if we walk away and we turn our phones off and we stop talking about it, it's definitely never going to happen. So I hope you guys understand where I'm at, that I don't want to do that. I want to help them fight this fight.
Why didn't you help him before, dude? You lived near him, right? Why didn't you help him? Patrick apparently knew Timmy since, what, elementary school? Why didn't he help him? No, y'all shove cameras in their faces and tell people, send your money here, send your money here.
And in the meantime, we're going to make some content to keep you guys talking, to keep you guys engaged.
What? Make content? That's all this family is to you, is content.
Because nobody else is doing it. There's a lot of creators out there that's cropping footage of mine and reposting on their page, and they're obviously doing that for gain. They're obviously trying to gain followers and gain views and get paid, and they're monetized, and that's whatever, copyrighted material. I'm at that point that I want to share with you guys what I know. I want
Copyrighted material. It's called fair use, dude.
to share with you guys the good and the bad. And if we work together, we can possibly make this work. We can possibly make this happen.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen, dude.
But the first thing we got to do is secure the money that's owed to them right now. Because there's so much money owed to them right now that they could probably almost buy this house that they need to be approved by APS for them to come home. We just got to get
That's not going to happen. There's an investigation going on, dude. That money is probably frozen. You understand that, right? I mean, I'm not dumb.
The family together, and we got to get the world together, and everybody has to push. We all have to push. We're not asking for donations. We're asking for your support. Your support means watch the videos. It means comment. It means give us help. Call and say, what do you need? What?
You know why he's saying that? Because that means money for him. He's a content creator, y'all. He's making money off these videos, y'all. Wake the hell up.
What can we do as a community? What can we do as a viewing world? And what you can do is you can be positive and you can push. And if my content, if Patrick's content, if Eric's content, any of the YouTube channels, any of the Facebook videos, if it generates enough revenue for Betty and Larry to build a home, then guess what? The kids can come home. And that's the goal.
They're not kids, they're adults. And if you ask the state of West Virginia, they're adults. You should not be treating them like children. You should not be referring to them as children.
The goal isn't for us to get rich here. If we get paid for our content and for our efforts of filming and editing and standing up here in front of this camera, awesome. I have bills to
Awesome. That's what you say. Awesome.
pay just like everyone else.
So you're using them to pay your bills. Got it, dude.
The bad part is when someone makes content and they keep 100% of those proceeds and they're never positive and they're not a part of the solution. That's the bad part. And you guys put every creator in that same stereotypical category of you're here to make the money. And when you guys stop doing that to me and Patrick and Eric and the people that have actually been involved, maybe we can start moving forward.
Is he making any sense to y'all? At this point, I don't know. He's in it for the money.
Because that's what everybody focuses on. Everybody focuses on, you're here for the fame, it's sickening, and you're here for the money, and it's sickening. And I told you guys 50 times, if I make the money and I can help them, I'm going to.
Sure you are. You just said you have bills to pay.
So, we'll see what happens, guys. Stay tuned. We're doing everything we can do as human beings to try and put that family back together again. And I want more than anything. I want to see the finale, and then I want to make something good out of that. You guys have a great weekend.